Hi everyone, this is Murakumo here, or TZ Murakumo for Tekken Zaibatsu, if there are too many Murakumos in the world. So I just got up a little bit ago, forced out of bed. I heard the Lee trailer hit, so it's time to have a look, see what we can see in it. Yeah, my reaction, and see if there's anything new or anything confirmed that we were thinking about before. So, here we go.
For the next battle.
Okay, battle suit.
New challenger.
Okay, slides +3, Hitman transition to his new string, forward 2 misstep. He's got his acid rain, that's our new down forward 2 animation. Back 1 +2 is a new shorter version from his triple fang. Triple fang is I-14 now. Okay. Nice. I was hoping that would be at least enough for down 3. Looks like we get a little more. Okay, while standing 1-2 misstep. Down 2 on counter is +13. That was his heat burst. Okay, that's a little odd, but back to acid rain again. Interesting. Blazing kick will be good for combos now, that's new. And his rage art, which looks like it has really good range, because Hitman 2 normally pushes him back, and it looked like he was right in there close on the rage art hit. Itsumo no tanomu yo. Nice. Okay. So let's have a little look through again. We'll go back to the start and go piece by piece of what we see here. Okay, so his new slide, it doesn't knock down on normal hit anymore. When we're right next to them like this, it looks like it's going to be +3. He has a just frame version too, though the frames are the same. It just does 3 more damage, and it will be useful in heat, because his just frames, if you do them correctly in heat, will actually regenerate some of his heat gauge. So anyway, he should be +3 in this situation while standing 1, and it looks like a Hitman transition, and the Hitman transition is very, very quick now. This is important for us for a couple things. 1, it might open up more combo routes for us, and additionally, it means hopefully, whether we need to use cancels or not, we'll see, but hopefully we should be a lot safer now on the Hitman transitions too if they end up happening really quickly like that. So that replaced his Freaker jabs. It's Hitman 111. They're all high, and it's a natural combo. Another point on the slide, the further away you are on the slide, the better the frames get. So at max range, you can actually be safe at tip range on block, though, yeah, people might low parry you from there. But there might be some situations where we can force that block on wake up, where they might not have a chance to low parry. And if we somehow in Oki find a way, I'm not sure how all the back recoveries and things work yet in this game, but if we find a way to hit them from behind on wake up at range with it, if we can get at least +8, it should guarantee while standing 2-3 for us. And if we can hit +9 from behind, it should guarantee a knee, silver knee from there. On counter hit, it does knock them down, and at very tip range, which would be a really rare occurrence, but if you counter hit at tip range, you're plus 10 on the knockdown, which means as long as it leaves us close enough, while standing 3 should pick up. So if you got that over a breakable floor, you could while standing 3-3 and floor break off of it. Okay, forward 2 is a new move that he has. It knocks down like that on, I think, normal hit. It's a high. I believe it's plus 2 or 3 on block, and if you cancel to misstep, I think it's plus 5 on block. So you hit that in the misstep here. Does down 3 on hit. Down 3 is a little bit better now, the frames. I think it used to be minus 3 on hit normally and minus 1 on hit to Hitman. And I think the normal version is minus 1 on hit now, so it's probably plus 1 on hit with Hitman, which doesn't quite give you the frame advantage still, just because his fastest move from Hitman 1 is 12 frames, so you're kind of still behind their jab by 1 frame, but it's still nice for us. Then he blocks and punishes with the new Acid Rain. So I did make a video recently on the Acid Rain mechanics. I think it'll be really important for this because the timing as a punish, especially when they're minus 10, can be different than using it in the neutral, because if you go into the buffer period at all, it adds time between the 1 press and the first 3 coming out. But we can do a late timing on it that allows us to use some of the buffer period without any change. So if you're interested, go have a look at that video, and that'll help you know how to prepare to use Acid Rain as a punish more consistently going into Tekken 8. So that's this new down forward 2 animation. Back 2-4-3 seems to give this big spin now. They don't bounce on the ground for this, but it does put them high in the air in a combo. I'm not sure how this will work late in juggle momentum, but we'll see. And it seems that other things kind of reset the juggle momentum now, like pressing 2-3 to go into heat and things like that. So I'll have to play around with the combo system and mechanics a little to figure out momentum a little more in this game, but I look forward to doing that as soon as the game goes live. Okay, forward 4-1 does give the trying to think of what to call it, twister or whatever that is now, where they bounce off the ground. Okay, and then that was his back 1-1 plus 2. I think this is going to be mostly useful in combos, because as a punish we'll still get back 1-1-2 for the triple fang. And in juggles though, for example, you could do back 2s consistently out to hit 7. And then on hit 8, you could do back 1, but back 1-1-2 wouldn't hit. Now I'm thinking probably if on aerial hit 8, you do back 1 into 1 plus 2, we can probably get that as a full 9 hit carry there without any other devices in there. So as mentioned before, back 1 is I-14 now, so that's going to be his I-14 punish. You wouldn't opt for 3-3 or forward 2-1 unless they're in a crouch state for some reason. Instant while standing 2-3, looks like this is going to be useful to put them up high on a wall. So if we do this, then we could use other moves to spike afterwards and get either up back 3 or down 3 at the end of the combo after a spike. Okay, so he does back 2-4 Hitman, which was one of the worst Hitman transitions before, into Hitman up forward 4, it looks like. And I hope what they're saying is this guarantees up back 3. So I had this in my notes, actually, as something I wanted to test, and I checked again in Tekken 7 last night, and it doesn't give anything after it. They can wake up before anything else you can do. But so here, this is my kind of pad of changes and things to test. So Hitman up forward 4. So on normal hit, it's plus 13, so you can probably get his down forward 4 string into heat engager or down forward 1-2-2. though, you know, you're really minus after that. Forward 1-2, it depends on what the hitbox is, if they're standing or not. But anyway, the other thing I saw was in the video, the Polish video that showed the practice mode stuff and it had the properties. His Hitman Up Forward 4 had the little thing that denoted that it spiked. So I was wondering if we could at least get a guaranteed down 3 in the combo. Even better than that, it seems that from Hitman Up Forward 4, we're going to get the spike to Up Back 3. Another thing to mention is Up Back 3, there are a lot of situations where it's guaranteed. Mid-stage or at the wall. On counter hit now, it gives a combo. It gives the instant twister, so you use that right away, but then you can get a full combo after it otherwise. So we'll have a lot of situations where people just have to take the hit basically and be patient with it, and if they try and mash something out of it, they just give us a free combo. So here's his while standing 1-2 in the misstep, which is a new string that he has. And then he does misstep 3-4, and Lars guesses wrong. So we can see while standing 2-4 also gives that kind of aerial corkscrew thing. So we'll see how that works in combo, so I'll get to investigate that as soon as I get my hands on the game. So that counter hit down 2 is plus 13. The most damaging thing we can do from here that's guaranteed is probably going to be the Acid Rain into Blazing Kick, which I think is like, this is 20 damage on counter hit, and I think that combo's like 47 or something, so around 67 damage. It's basically like a combo's worth of damage if you do that. But from the video we saw, it can be a little iffy on the range for getting that to connect. So some other things we could do. Here he does 4-4 just frame 4. You could also do down forward 1-2-2. You could do, I guess 4-3 if you wanted. And forward 1+2 would be the normal go-to that would always close the range, do some decent damage, and knock them down. But here, maybe he's behind on health and low time left and he just wants to pressure or something. He goes for 4-4 just frame 4, which is a heat engager, and runs in, and then he uses his, what's it called, heat burst, heat smash, the 2+3 move, which looks like his down back 3, but it's a different move. It goes low and does some damage. Another interesting thing to mention is in this situation, let's back a little further. Here we go. In this situation, you can threaten a lot because when Lee's in heat, you can still execute his just frames, but they will automatically finish as a just frame for you too. If you don't execute it correctly, you'll get the just frame version of the move, but you'll keep losing heat. If you do execute it correctly and get the just frame, and you can hear that because he'll say something, then your heat gauge actually replenishes a little bit. But that means here it's very viable to threaten a mistrap, because either you get it and you replenish some of your gauge, or you don't get the timing and you're losing more heat, but you got the mistrap on them, which is not blockable. So you can force a lot of pressure like that when you're in heat with Lee. Okay, down forward 4-4, probably not the best punish there. Down back 3+4, so I think he's +4 in this situation. So Lars is blocking. Forward 2 to mistrap on block. This is like +5, I think. So I don't know why Lee chooses to block here and Lars chooses to respond, but maybe they're like green ranks or something. Okay, so for some reason, Lars tries to do his string there, and Lee decides to defend, and then after defending that, he punishes with Acid Rain. Okay, so this is, he's in heat mode already here, which is important because it'll change what happens over here after this hits. If you're not in heat already and you use one of these heat engagers, it'll run you in afterwards. If it's a knockdown, you still can hit after, but it won't float them into a juggle. I'm wondering if we can get, with the fast Hitman transitions now, Hitman 1+2 to kind of pop them off the ground with a quick 2 hits. I think that's going to be viable. But here he's already in heat. So we have the same kind of situation with forward 3. Between whether he's out of heat or whether he's in heat when he hits it. So if he's in heat already and he hits this Hitman up forward 3, looks like it sends them back, heat engager, and they are floated so he can pick up here. And he picks up with back 4, which gives this sort of corkscrew through the air. And it'll be interesting. I'll have to see if they can tech roll off of this or what, because he looks suspiciously low to the ground to me when the blazing kick hits here. To me, in a traditional situation, I would think he could tech roll. And he doesn't do like the big flop where you can run in and take a ton of time, but they do show the blazing kick here. So if they're saying that's guaranteed, maybe it takes a little bit longer for them to recover when they're coming down like that. And the blazing kick sends them into, keep forgetting what to call it, our twister here, or flop, or I'll figure out some names for these and what we're calling them in a while. And 4 up 3 in that. So Hitman 2 looks like it's still sending them fairly far away. He's sort of on this trajectory away from Lee. So I'm happy to see that the rage art here seems to get really close with no issues. So compared to his Tekken 7 rage art, I noticed the animation right. Let's try and stop it there. Okay, Hitman 2. Right here. When I was looking at the animation in the practice video, it doesn't look as low anymore. So late in the combo, we used to use back 2 misstep, a slight delay to get more range out of the misstep, and then the rage art to catch them very, very low in a combo. And I'm not sure we can catch them that low anymore. But on the flip side, it looks like it gets probably a lot more range than it used to. So we still might be able to use it late in combos that way, or off of other stuff that's maybe not necessarily a misstep, and still follow up with this after. And then of course his rage art looks awesome. I'm really pleased with this one. I love the rose in the background. Okay, so let's just end with this. I really like this picture. So yeah, that's my reaction so far to what we saw here. I saw a few hopeful things we were able to confirm, like the really fast transition to Hitman. Even on the back 2-4, it seemed like it was sped up a little bit compared to the older games. Other new things I saw I didn't know yet. Hitman up forward 4 spiking and confirming that, and that it gives up back 3 at wall. Which means even if we're not close enough for that, or it depends on how many plus frames we get, mid-stage we should at least get some combos into that, into down 3 in places, and that's a very strong finisher because you get an unscaled down 3 hit at the end of the combo. So we'll get to play around with stuff like that. Yeah, I think that was one of the big ones for me, seeing while standing 2-3 on the wall, blazing kick, and how those acted. We might be able to get some things depending on angle or how high they go, like wall, blazing kick, 4 up 3, forward 4-3. We'll have to play around and test some of those things, but I'm really hopeful for a lot of it so far. So anyway, I hope this was interesting to watch through kind of my perspective, things that I know, things that I'm looking for, things that I want to test. I'm going to try and put together another video soon that combines this and other things of what we know so far and more of what I'm looking for and trying to test moving into Tekken 8. And of course, when Tekken 8 releases, I'm really, really excited to start exploring things, labbing it, finding mechanics, making content, because I've loved playing Lee for years. I've been a Lee main since Tekken 4. I just really didn't enjoy Tekken 7 very much, so I didn't play like the last 4 or 5 years of it. But I'm really excited for 8. The mechanics look fun. It looks like there's going to be a lot to explore, new tech to find and develop. So I'm just super excited about this. So if you guys do want to follow me, TZ Murakumo on YouTube or TZ Murakumo on Twitter. I've just got my Twitter started again. I deleted it years ago. And yeah, so if you want to follow me there, that would help out a lot. If you see any of my videos, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm trying to get my channel to where I can actually make some media and monetize things off it. And the extent that I can make that happen a little bit will just allow me to spend more time in the lab doing stuff with this game. So that's free to cost to you. Would definitely help me out and help me get more content out to you guys eventually. So thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you guys around soon, and I'll be trying to make a lot of good Lee content for you. Take care.